scores.
Interesting articles are about the players, and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time, and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Garyj J Sports Page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website totally devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online's Up and Coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
Watch. Pray. For you not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pandemics, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, signs in the heavens. Keep up with world news and events you hear on GJRB's News on the Hour. Go to End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. With a lot of chaos happening, keep in touch with End Time Headlines and GJRB. Watch. Pray. For we not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pest, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
Okay, we're back on the air here on GJRB. Welcome back to Garyj J Sports Page on GJRB. And glad you can be back with us on the air here on GJRB Online on Spreaker on Garyj J Sports Page. Glad you can be with me today. And glad you can be sticking with me for some of the best in sports talk radio. And you can be part of the program. We're going to have our scroll through social media coming up. We're going to spread our show all about the internet. And kind of get... a few bites on that, and just see who's out there. So let's roll them and see if you can get some responses on what we're talking about on Gary J Sports Page today here on GJRB. Yep, you can be part of the Sports Page and be in on it. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Okay. Oh, I know why. I always do this because I always forget. I gotta bring it up on the mixer. Okay, I gotta bring it up on the mixer because we're carrying it through the FM signal. Okay, so here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah. Gary J Sports Page on GJRB Online. You can be part of the program. Talking about Kaepernick, talking about his stance on changing his mind and actually standing up for the National Anthem. What do you think about that? You can be part of it by giving me a call. Area code 563-613-4260 if you want to get in on it. Or you can get it on my chat room. I have that open, the GJRB Spreaker public site. Or you can get on the Twitter, the Radio Maniac, and it'll pop up the little widget on there. It's posted there. Just go into the section. Gary J Sports Page 030417. 030417. And just post it there. What you'll see is the widget. And when you look at the widget, you can see our little widget, and on there, little comic book envelope. It will show you it will take you right to our chat room, and you can talk to me on the air about anything you want to talk about here on Sports Page. You're welcome to it. Gary J Sports Page on GJRB Online, so you're welcome to be part of the program, and always glad to hear from you here on GJRB Online. And also, we'll do our scroll through social media and go on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, anywhere where there's sports conversation, any sports news headlines, late breaking. I go to Facebook, you can get it, and bring it to you on the air. And some late breaking stories that come about, we'll talk about it. And also be covering racing, get into the Twitter, and there's racing on there. And I'll be talking about NASCAR and stuff. And bowling, like I said earlier, bowling a sport? I say yes. Because it's a game where you play up against each other. There's scoring. And, you're knocking down pins in each frame. And it's physical. So that, to me, says that bowling is a sport. Okay? Absolutely. So what do you think of that? Area code 563-613-4260, or just get on the GJRB Spreaker public site and go into the chat room or click that balloon icon on our widget and join me in conversation on this afternoon, because it is something that I believe is something that we have fun today. So I'm going to go ahead and go down about a few, and let's do that. I want to get on the internet on here, not the camera, stupid thing. It has a mind of its own sometimes. If you just hit the right button, you just finger the right button, poof, you're into something you don't want to be in. Why is that? Anyway, welcome. I'm glad you could be with me today. I really am having fun doing this talk show. You can be part of it on the Sports Page, and we're going to go through a scroll through social media here in just a few moments. Got a lot of things to cover. And Christian McCaffrey dominated at the 2017 NFL Combine. NFL Combine, I've been hearing a lot of that. What is that exactly? From what I understand, I think it's a exhibition where I guess the players go and perform, I think, using some of their physical activity. I think they go over there and do some throwing of footballs. What do they do actually at the combine? I think they kind of throw footballs and stuff, or they do some of their stuff in their position for possible drafts, something like that. Anyway, he dominates the 2017 draft. He told reporters Thursday that he feels he's overlooked, though. He was underestimated in the 2017 NFL Combine. He showed that he was every bit as an athlete in the first-round pick. Yeah, he stated, quote, "I feel like a lot of people don't give me the credit in my skills and talents. And there's a quirk and compactity, I guess. 5'10", 210 pound. Delvin Cook. Now, I just weighed in my cardiac rehab at 202 pounds. So, I mean, he's more heavier than I am here. He's 210. I was 210. McCaffrey ran a 40-yard dash at 4.48 seconds, just ahead of Cook's 4.49 and Fournette's 4.51. But his bench press numbers are lacking. So that's the problem, I guess. His bench press, is lacking. But the agility of the explosion drills, McCaffrey dominated. His 37.5-inch vertical was far better than Fournette's 828.5 or Cook's 30.5 jumps. He also posted a time of 6.57 seconds in a three-cone drill, one of the best ever marks in that drill. So, there you go. I guess that's, he's pretty good, but he's getting underrated. He's not, looking like he's looking pretty good. So, okay, I'll tell you what we're overdue, and I'm going to do it right now. It's time for a check back and the scores. It scores every 10 minutes here on GJRB Online, and sometimes we get involved in some conversation, and if we get a phone call, sometimes we'll just skip a score period. But we are 20, 40, and 50 past the hour. We do a score update. So we're going to do one right now. And we're going to do that. Okay. All right. In our scores, let's see what we got here coming up. Let's see here. We got, I just clicked out of it. Shoot. Let's see if I can get back in here. Let me see. I'm going to, I'll tell you what. Why don't we skip the score? We'll do scores in 10 minutes. I'll do scores. I got a break coming up. I'll skip that score. And we'll do it again because it kind of failed. I died at the beginning. So, sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a decision. We'll do scores again in about 7 minutes. Okay, 7 minutes we'll do a score update because I knocked out of it on my on the tablet. I had it ready to go, and gosh darn it if I didn't hit that darn X button. So I just do it every time, I'm telling you. Let's see. I'm going to go back. Let's see. I don't know. That was pretty good. I guess I'll just have to. Jeez. Yeah. Isn't that just sad? I couldn't believe I did that. My goodness. But anyway, so be it. I'm Gary J. Rustin. Hope you're enjoying the program. Gary J. Rustin here with you. And 45 minutes in and we're still going. What's up with that? I would think that I would have been out of that by now. But here I am. I'm going to check I'm going to need to check something on Spreaker real quick anyway. Don't know why, but I'm looking at this going, wait a minute, shouldn't they be out by now? It's 45 minutes. What the heck? Let me see here. 49 hours, 100 hours. Okay, for some reason, let me see what's going on here. I would think I would have been out of here by now, but it's like we're at 46 minutes, and I'm 30 minutes left. What the heck? Wait a minute. That can't be right. Really? Maybe because I got knocked off the air for 2 seconds, but for some reason we are beyond the 45 minutes that we were going to do here. So things are going to change here a little bit, folks. I'm going to check and see what my plan says on my Spreaker public site here real quick, because I'm supposed to be on the 45-minute plan, and I'm beyond that with 30 minutes left. So I need to look at something here real quick on my plans sheet here and see where I'm at, because I'm still on the air even after 45 minutes. So I'm looking at this and saying, what the heck? Okay, I'm going to go over here and see where I'm at here and see. I need to look at for a minute at my plan real quick. Okay. Do I have it somewhere where it tells me where I'm at here? Because I'm looking at this going, I have 50 hours left. Okay. Oh, let me see. Where am I at here? Profile. Okay, where am I here? This is interesting, folks. I have 28 minutes left. I started at the top of the hour, and I would think that a 45-minute plan would have had me done this first segment. But here I'm sitting with 28 minutes and 33 seconds left in this segment at 47:44. Wow. What's up with that? It's wow. I don't think I'm on another plan, all right? Let me check this a minute. Oh, let me see. I don't know. 49 hours, 49%. My storage is 100 hours. 49-minute plan. Let's see. 49%. Okay. Air talent plan. Okay. Air talent plan. But here I am at 48:25 with 27:45 left. So I'm not going to complain. I got more time than. So hey, why not? I'm just going to add a little bit more time on this, and we're going to see who's out there. Area code 563-613-4260. We're going to do a scroll through social media. So why don't we do that right now? Let's take a scroll and see who's out there right now.
Let's scroll through social media.
We're going to start with Facebook and see what we got going on there. And then I'm going to go back and see if I can find my scores. Where's my scores? Okay, I got to go back into my history where I had that page. Usually I can do that. I usually bounce back to history if I get knocked out. Okay. Let's see. Is that what I want? No, I want scores. I want scores. Let's see if there's anything here. History. Let's look at the NCAA. That's where we want to look at right now. NCAA action. Let's see what's going on there as we do a sports page score update, and then we'll do our scroll through social media. And getting knocked off the air again. I got knocked off the air twice now. Okay. Every once in a while, if you don't hear anything for like about 2 seconds, more than likely I've gotten knocked off the air. Let's see here. I'm going to go now and do the sports page update. And let's do that. Okay. Miami 35-31, 139 left. Let's see, we have SMU over Memphis 46-24 with 29 seconds left in the first half, so they're headed into the break. Baylor over Texas 40-29 right now. And here's some of the games coming up tonight. Kansas, later on, it's about 5 o'clock. This is going to happen. Kansas against Oklahoma State. Oregon is going to play Oregon State. Missouri State over Wichita State. Duke against North Carolina. Pacific against Gonzales. Washington State against UCLA. Portland will play St. Mary's. And some of the games, some of the finals, let's take a look at those. Look at this. Villanova over Georgetown, 81-55. Kentucky beat Texas A&M, 71-63. Virginia over Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness, 67-42. Let's see, Louisville over Notre Dame, 71-64. And we have Vanderbilt over Florida, 73-71. And Seton Hall over Butler, 70-64. And that's the scores at this time on Gary J's Sports Page on GJRB. And yeah, we got a lot of great sports here on Gary J's Sports Page. And every couple of weeks on a Saturday, we get together and talk sports. What a way to spend the afternoon, huh? Got a lot of good stuff coming up, and I hope you'll stay with me here. Gary J's Sports Page here on GJRB online here on Spreaker. Headed into the next hour, we've got a lot of talk going on. So why don't we get started here and go through our scroll through social media right now as we enter Facebook. As you said, me that was cute, yeah. Mr. Moose and the Bunny Rabbit from Captain Kangaroo. Oh, let's see. We can do some breaking news other than sports. Coming up, the FBI issues a warrant for Obama's arrest. Yeah, I don't know if I believe this or not. Some of these stories aren't always right. It says here the FBI is issuing a warrant for Obama's arrest after confirming illegal Trump Tower wiretaps. Could this be? Somebody's finally waking up in the government to see that Obama is a crook. Get Hillary, too, by the way, while you're at it. Yeah, do me the favor there, okay? Get Hillary while you're at it. All right, let's see. What do we have coming up here? Let's take a look. We're going to see what other stuff down the page. Let's see here. I don't have much in sports on here. So we're kind of going down and seeing if there's anything else that related to sports or some other things that we can talk about. And see who's might be posting some things. I have a few message ones, but I don't know if we've got any messages on them. So I'm gonna kind of go through those, and then we'll see what's going on. Look at this, Vanderbilt. Let's see. Final score: 73-71. Vanderbilt over Florida. Is that now? I just did that on the tab. Now I must have hit something there. Okay. I'm going to be taking a look at some baseball scores here too, because let's see if there's baseball here. Let me check. I'm going to go to my baseball scores. Let's see. 5 minutes to the hour, by the way. We'll have sports. You're in Sports Page here on GJRB Online. And next hour we'll do baseball scores. Okay, next hour. Okay, I promise you, we'll do baseball scores next hour for you here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. Across America and around the world, got a prolonged period of heavy rain. This is our weather forecast. Prolonged period of heavy rain and moderate to heavy snow was impacting the Cascades and the Sierras. And we'll take a look at those in our weather update next half hour. There is Intermountain, and there's going to be snow in the inlands across the Intermountain West and to the Rockies for the next few days. Fire danger remains going to be a high risk in the Central Plains. We'll talk about that coming up next hour. Heavy rain and localized flooding is well expected for the Southwest Texas and portions of the Southeast. And we'll take a look at all that weather coming up next hour on our Sports Page Weather Update here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. Glad you could be with me today. I'm Gary J. Russin. Always having the pleasure doing all this stuff on Sports Page here on GJRB on. Have some really neat pictures on here. My wife, happy to be. For some reason, we just keep on getting knocked off the air. That's the third time now that I've got a knock off there. And I'm wondering if that's why I'm on extra time. Yeah, they must give me extra time when I get knocked off the air. I don't know. We are getting some interesting. I'll tell you about it later. It's crazy people. All right, we'll be right back. Got more Sports Page coming up on GJRB Online. Stay with me. It's that time of year once again. With you today here on GJRB and television and movie classics, featuring not just radio and television broadcast rarities, but also intermissions from drive-in movie theaters and indoor theaters too, old movie trailers, and movie trivia. The Spring Spectacular will also mean the return of the blues with Garyj J's Blues House and Country Bluegrass with Bluegrass Jubilee. New additions to the Gary Russell program, including The Man on the Street, as I take my voice recorder to the streets of Clinton and ask people their opinions on what's going on in the news and lighter fun stuff. GJRB Spring Spectacular starts in April on GJRB. CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Russell program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Garyj J's News and Comment. Get the real news, true news, news that's not in the mainstream on GJRB. It's that time of year again when flowers bloom and the weather gets warm, and GJRB brings you another Spring Spectacular. Stay tuned for new programs, different voices, and the return of other favorites. Garyj J's radio and television and movie classics with old movie trailers, movie trivia, and in addition, the return of Garyj J's Blues House, Bluegrass Jubilee, old time radio with Radioland, and a whole lot more. GJRB is warming up with the GJRB Spring Spectacular 2016, starting in April on GJRB. From America's heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa. And welcome back to Garyj J's Sports Page on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. I'm Garyj J. Russin. It's 4 o'clock in the Central Time Zone right now, 5 o'clock East. It's 2 o'clock in the Pacific. And I'm Garyj J. Russin. And this is Sports Page on GJRB Online. And this is a Sports Page update on GJRB. I'm Garyj J. Russin, and in the sports world today, we're taking a look at a story that we were talking about last hour, and that is that Jeremy Curley has been agreed to a 3-year, $10.5 million deal with San Francisco 49ers. Todd, I told, despite sources were told, despite having limited time to learn then coach Chip Kelly's playbook, Curley immediately became an integral part of the offense and went on to lead the team into a 64 catches and 667 receiving yards while scoring 3 touchdowns. John Ross clocked in at 4.22 seconds in the 40-yard dash at the NFL Scouting Combine Saturday, breaking Chris Johnson's previous record of 4.24. Buzz is about Ross's run starting the unofficial results and handing breaking Johnson's previous record set in 2008. And former Alabama linebacker Reuben Foster, a potential top 10 pick in the next month's NFL draft, was sent home from Indianapolis Scouting Combine for a heated argument he got into on Friday with a hospital worker. Yeah, Foster was top-graded inside linebacker for many teams and was scheduled to go through the team interview Friday night, testing Saturday. None of those will happen now, according to sources with Foster. We'll talk about that coming up next half hour. Now, according to sources, Foster was scheduled to fly home to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and that will happen today.
And the people listen, that puts it all in perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust him and listen to the last 7 days.
Uploaded as a podcast or live
Every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central
on GJRB Online. It's that time of year once again, spring. A time when the weather gets warm and the flowers bloom, and GJRB is starting new programs and bringing back older ones that haven't been on for a while. It's the GJRB Spring Spectacular. All new programs and old ones returning, like Radioland, Garyj's Radio and Television Classics under a new name. Radio, television, and movie classics, featuring not just radio and television broadcast rarities, but also intermissions from drive-in movie theaters and indoor theaters too. Old movie trailers and movie trivia. The Spring Spectacular will also mean the return of the blues with Gary J's Blues House and country bluegrass with Bluegrass Jubilee. New additions to the Gary Russell program, including the Man on the Street, as I take my voice recorder to the streets of Clinton and ask people their opinions on what's going on in the news and lighter fun stuff. GJRB Spring Spectacular starts in April on GJRB. Strange things in the sky and around the world. Strange beings sighted. What's going on? All around us, conspiracy theories are being discussed. This is the show all about the strange things that are way out there. I'm Gary Russ, and this Way Out There's back with more weird stories of the strange and the bizarre. Keep looking up in the sky and let me know what you see. Way out there. Every third Friday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB.
There was a mistake at the Oscars, and how political did it get? I didn't watch it, didn't care to watch it because I'm sick of their anti-Trump rants. Other interesting things in the news. Rachel Dolezal, you remember her. Back in 2015, she was calling herself black. Well, she's back in the news again, and now she's nearly homeless and collecting food stamps. We'll talk about that and more on the Gary Russin program, live Tuesday, March 7th at 3 p.m. Central on GJRB. GJRB Online. Still the What's Happening sound. All right. Yeah.
Got a gal named Daisy. She almost drive me crazy.
Little Richard. Yeah.
Me, yes indeed. Boy, you don't know what she do to me, to the booty.
Oh yeah, you gotta have Little Richard in there to get back into the Gary J Sports Page on GJRB Online. Oh, this is just a surprise to me. I'm looking at the Spreaker public site, and I'm looking at my board here. Okay, because we're on the air live. And according to the Spreaker account that I have, which is, what's that called? Air Talent, right? 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes each segment. I've been on the air for now hour and 7 minutes so far. An hour and 7:36. And I have not been ended. This has not ended yet. It's like, what the heck? Anyway, I don't know if they goofed or I goofed or what happened there. So I was knocked off the air about like at least 5 times in this last segment. I'm going, what the, but geez, I'm on the air this long, and usually I'd be like into part 2, which is, this is supposed to be like part 2. I'm going, what the heck? Anyway, what do you think? Area code 563-613-4260. I'm like going, what the heck? All right, let's see. I'm going to check it here in the next, because we got 10 minutes left in this segment. And I'm going to check when I reload to see exactly what's going on there, and find out what I gotta get the gist of this thing. Going, what the heck is going on there? I mean, it's like, wow, am I getting this time now? I mean, did they change things on the air talent plan? Give me more time or what? Just, wow, good grief, man. Anyway, area code 563-613-4260. You got Gary J Sports Page. We're talking about Kaepernick and his stance on, he's changed his mind and said, oh, I'm going to stand up for the national anthem this year. I changed my mind. I got a change of heart. I'm going to stand up this year. And the only reason why he's doing that is because he is a free agent, and he's looking for another team. Okay, and I'm going to check. I got to find the article. It's here somewhere. I don't know exactly where I stuck it. Article for it says that the Pittsburgh Steelers were interested in Kaepernick. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, and I'm going, really? Now that would be interesting to have the Pittsburgh Steelers actually that would be interesting. I can't picture that for some reason. I don't know. I have trouble. I would think that he would play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kaepernick would. But then again, Big Ben Roethlisberger is just about out. I don't know how much time he's got left in his contract. But if Kaepernick were to play for the Steelers, what would that do to the Steelers? Well, I think that it would be beneficial to them. I think it would be. As a matter, here it is. Starkey. This story come out of Pittsburgh. I'm looking on I just grabbed it off my Facebook Sage Stories. Starkey, Steelers could consider signing Kaepernick. Yeah, the Steelers could consider signing Kaepernick. You believe this? Joe Starkey of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette believes that Colin Kaepernick, in his baggage, shouldn't teeter to the Pittsburgh Steelers to consider signing him for the 2017 season. Wow. Sample from what Starkey wrote in in regards to why Kaepernick could be the team's best option as a backup quarterback. How about that? Now, it says in this article that Roethlisberger, because Roethlisberger is 35 right now. He is 35. He's injured. He had for recent years, notably 2015, when he made a career low 11 starts, and he also had been hinting on retirement. And Kaepernick wants to start somewhere, and not for sure what his taker would be. Many teams will see him as unqualified to start off with, and others are considering him radioactive in an account for his anthem protest. But it turns out that he will now stand for the anthem. Amazing how that is. He even said it's amazing. The decision coinciding with opting out of the contract. But the relevant point is that he is only 29 and can still play. So, I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I think it would be kind of neat if Kaepernick played for the Steelers, but like I said before, unless he says he's gonna, that's what he says he's gonna do. Unless he stands up and says what he says he's going to do. Okay, and continue to stand for the national anthem. Okay, if he continues to stick with his plan and stand for the national anthem this year, I say Pittsburgh, go for it. Go for it. I think that would be really cool if the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up Kaepernick. I think that would be really awesome. I think that would be absolutely cool if he got picked up by Pittsburgh. It really would. I would root really hard for the Steelers because, like I said before, and we're going to talk about this next hour. What is your opinion on this? I was listening to Fox Sports Radio before I came on today, and they were talking about this whole thing with Kaepernick. They were talking about how is right to stand or not stand during the national anthem. It's his right. You know, as a citizen of the country, men fought for their decision to either, you know, or like these folks who burned the flag, which kind of really irritates me, and ruining and desecrating the American flag, which is offensive to me. But again, it's their right. Okay, they have a right to do this. They have a right to burn the flag if they want to. But even though I don't like it. They can do whatever they want with the flag, but it's still going to offend me, because I'm an American citizen. But again, men fought in wars for that right. But on the other hand, it is a disrespect to the American flag, to America, to burn the flag. It's disrespect, okay? No matter how you stand up for it, it's disrespect. And you know, we have to. You know, it's right, yes, but I still say it's an utter disrespect for the American flag. I really do. I think it's sad when we have a situation like that where we have we have put your hand on your heart. I mean, I still go to a baseball game, and last year I went to the Lumber Kings baseball game here in Clinton, Iowa. We still stand and put our hands on our hearts and during the national anthem. I'm going to tell you something, folks. I'm not going to say anything this year. If I see people sitting down in the national anthem, if I go to a Lumber King game in 2017, this year, if I go to a Lumber King game and I'm during the national anthem, and I see people sitting, fine, they got their right, but I gotta say, I'll be offensive at it. And I really think that I would take my voice recorder one time and interview some of these people and ask them, why are you sitting down? This is the national anthem. You know, but I mean, I like to get the reaction from folks. Put it on the air here. Really would. I think it would be kind of something that I would gladly do, because I really think that we should respect the American flag. We need to, and it's we're going to talk about this today. It's their right, yes. But on the other hand, it is offensive to America and what it stands for. Seriously, it is. Tell you what, we'll be right back. I got more Sports Page coming up here on GJRB Online, so stick around. We got some more scores every 10 minutes, and we'll do a whole lot more coming up. Stay with me. More Gary J. Sports Page coming up next on GJRB.
It's that time of year once again, spring. The time when the weather gets warm and the flowers bloom, and GJRB is starting new programs and bringing back older ones that haven't been on for a while. It's the GJRB Spring Spectacular. All new programs and old ones returning, like Radioland, Gary J's Radio and Television Classics under a new name. Radio, television, and movie classics, featuring not just radio and television broadcast rarities, but also intermissions from drive-in movie theaters and indoor theaters too. Old movie trailers and movie trivia. The Spring Spectacular will also mean the return of the blues with Gary J's Blues House and country bluegrass with Bluegrass Jubilee.
New additions to the Gary Russell program, including the Man on the Street, as I take my voice recorder to the streets of Clinton and ask people their opinions on what's going on in the news and lighter fun stuff. GJRB Spring Spectacular starts in April on GJRB.